The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy was looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. What's going on, everybody? It is time for the Tipping Point with Mike Tipton, hanging out with you here on this Tuesday morning. It's early in the day. Sorry, I was a little late. Forgot to turn my lights and stuff on, so I was about to do that right now, but I have a camera on in front of me, so I got to make sure I get that taken care of. How's everybody doing today? Hope that you're all fine, fantastic, all that good stuff. Remember, it is a short show today. Got some meetings, got to get to work, got to do that type of stuff. No big deal. Hope that everyone's having a good time. Now, I wanted to start today's show off with what we've been starting to show off because it's the biggest thing in the sporting world, in my mind at least. The NBA playoffs happening right now. Yesterday, Orlando beats the Detroit Pistons, and they extend their lead in the series 3-1. I said it yesterday in the show that if Detroit were to lose this series, it would be the biggest upset out there, right? Going along with Denver, a lot of people had some hopes that Denver might be able to do something. The exact same thing with Detroit. If Detroit finds a way to lose this series, that's going to be a huge disappointment, a big step back for the Detroit Pistons, especially given how everyone thought, this was going to be a really good team moving forward. Everyone thought, this is a championship caliber team. They won 60-plus games this year. You really had some hopes and expectations that the Detroit Pistons would be able to do something. And instead, they're failing against the Orlando Magic. And again, Orlando's a halfway decent team. It's not me dumping on the Orlando Magic. But if you're Detroit and you have this new level of expectation, you make it to the playoffs last year, you say, we want to build upon this. We want to go forward. You win the number 1 seed this year. And you wind up losing to the Orlando Magic. And again, anything can happen. We've seen it happen in basketball a handful of times, coming back from a 3-1 deficit. It's not completely unheard of. But you haven't seen anything from Detroit to make you feel like they're going to be able to come back and win this series. You just haven't. There's nothing there that Detroit's given you that you felt that way. Uzbeki, is that how you say it? Uzbeki? Saying hello to you. Hope that you are doing great. My dude, Jesse Carter, tuning in saying good morning. Good morning, Carter. Hope that you're having yourself a great day, my friend. We're talking about the Orlando Magic on the cusp of upsetting the Detroit Pistons. Tommy tuning in saying, what up, Tip? What up, Tommy? Hope that you're having a great day this morning, my guy. It's got to be a short show. Only doing 30 minutes. Got to be able to go to work. So we're going to hit just the tip in about 10 minutes. In about 10 minutes. Uzbek saying, today is my birthday. Hey, happy birthday to you. I would sing happy birthday, but it would be too sexy, and I don't know if that's the thing that people want to hear is me singing happy birthday. But like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That would be awesome. We're trying to grow. We're trying to build the brand. Get those super chats going because I just learned about them the other day. How old are you turning, Uzbeki? And Little saying happy birthday. Look at that. We got some birthday love going over to Uzbeki out there. Sky saying dinosaur had brain. I mean, hey, sometimes it did. Richard saying NBA is losing its popularity. Run and gun is boring. I kind of agree with you. I do miss the days of, whenever the NBA had like some real set offenses and stuff like that, and it wasn't just so reliant upon the three. I do agree with you on that aspect of it. But I love basketball, so I'm still watching the NBA no matter what. It's not the best product out there, but it is a really, for me at least, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. Uzbeki saying sing happy birthday. That is not going to happen. Nobody needs to hear that. It'll be the worst thing that happens out there for anybody. Rich is saying that college basketball is better. I do like that college basketball is a little more fundamental, but to me, college basketball is a little boring until the NCAA tournament. That's what I love about the NCAA tournament, right? Like, anything can happen. It gives you that mindset that anything can happen. And you really, like you get emotionally invested in teams that you don't necessarily care about. You love the Cinderella story, right? It's the exact opposite of what I was talking about to start the show. There's a high level of disappointment if the Detroit Pistons lose in the first round of the playoffs. No one's looking at Orlando as a Cinderella story, right? Like that's just not something that we're going to do with the Orlando Magic. But in the NCAA tournament, whenever we get that going, my God, we love a Cinderella story. I think that's what's been missing over the last couple of years with the NCAA tournament. The first round to me is so much fun. I will not miss it. Uzbek is saying, what is this stream for? This is a sports stream. I don't know about every sport. I will never pretend that I know about every sport, but I will try to answer questions and comments and maybe educate myself on a little bit. I'm learning about soccer, or football as the rest of the world calls it. I'm in the United States, so we don't call it football, but it is soccer. I'm trying to learn. We got the World Cup coming up. I did get accepted to go to a World Cup game. I just don't know if it's smart for me to leave work and do that right now. So I've got to make sure I get all that stuff taken care of. Oh, y'all got to email. Like I said, work stuff coming up. It's a busy time for your boy. Getting ready for a El Paso Locomotive FC football game, soccer game, happening on Wednesday. All right. But like I said, NCAA tournament, that's a lot of fun to me. Detroit losing in the first round of the playoffs. Again, I want the chaos of it. I got a few friends out there that probably don't want the chaos of it. But I do love and enjoy just the craziness that's going to happen, the overreaction that's going to happen should Detroit lose in the first round of the playoffs. Now, if Detroit finds a way to come back here, it would be absolutely insane. I think Detroit fans especially, would lose their mind. They would think of themselves as a team of destiny. I don't think they should think about that, but, who knows? Whatever. That's all your prerogative. It's all up to you on how you want people to view you. But again, if Detroit loses, one, Orlando isn't a team that anybody thought was going to win a championship. So the chances of the Orlando Magic coming back and winning a championship, going the whole route here, is de minimis, slim to none. People had expectations that the Detroit Pistons were going to win the championship, that the Detroit Pistons were a good enough team. You won 60 games this year. You should be able to win something, make it at least out of the first round. It would be a huge step back for Detroit. And I'm going to look right now and see whether or not Detroit has any types of injuries of note, anything like that we should be worried about. And they don't have anything. This is a completely healthy Detroit Pistons team that is just, for lack of better term, shitting the bed. Maybe it's on me. Maybe I thought more of Detroit than what I should have. But to me, you win 60 games in the NBA, you should be a pretty damn good team. To be down 3-1 against the Orlando Magic, and again, like it's not like Orlando's this absolutely dominating team. They're the 8th seed, right? Like they're not a great team. I want to say their record was 45-37. You won 15 more games than they did, and yet they're taking you to the woodshed right now. I don't see what's going on here with Detroit. And then we look at the rest of the scores around the NBA happening yesterday. Oklahoma City sweeps the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix gave it a little bit of a fight there towards the end of the game, but again, not enough. And then the Minnesota Timberwolves lose to the Denver Nuggets. Denver trying to make sure they make it respectable, right? If there's a team that can come back from being down 3-1, I do think it's the Denver Nuggets. They do have a championship caliber team. They have the best player in the NBA with Nikola Jokic. They have a real possibility of being able to come back from being down 3-1. However, that's tough to do, man. And you don't want to be in that type of situation, especially knowing that the team that's waiting for you at the end is more than likely the San Antonio Spurs, who are playing later on today. I would not be excited about the prospect if I'm the Denver Nuggets. Like, sure, you beat San Antonio once again, probably beating this dead horse into the ground. San Antonio won 30 out of their last 34 games. This means they only lost 4 games towards the end of the season. 3 of those 4 losses, though, were to the Denver Nuggets. So maybe you want to try to get San Antonio. You think you have San Antonio's number? Sure. But the way that the Spurs are playing right now, I don't think that's a team that anybody wants to play. Maybe it's me as a Spurs fan saying it that way. They have the Portland Trailblazers later on tonight, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So I guess it's 5:30 my time. I got to make sure I get home early. The Rockets and the Lakers have their game tomorrow. Houston should win that one. I know it's in LA, but Houston maybe wins that one. We shall see. Later on today, the Knicks and the Hawks as well. The Knicks, to me, another disappointing team, but I don't think anybody had the level of expectation for the Knicks that they did for Detroit or for Denver. So if the Knicks lose to the Hawks, I don't like, obviously the city of New York Knicks fans would be upset, but I don't think anybody out there really would be too shocked if the New York Knicks lost this series to the Atlanta Hawks. Looking to see what the Hawks have as far as injuries go, anything of that nature, any transactions, stuff like that. I'm not a fan of the Knicks. I think the Knicks are a very overrated team. I thought they overachieved last year by far, and people put a lot of expectation on them that they thought they'd probably be better, but they're not that type of team. I don't think you're going to win a championship with Jalen Brunson and with Karl Anthony Towns. I genuinely don't feel like that's going to be a thing that you can rely upon. But, I mean, hey, we've seen crazier things happen, right? I am looking at the Hawks roster, and that's the crazy thing with the Hawks, right? Like, after getting rid of Trae Young, they seem to be slightly better. Like, I know they got Buddy Hield, but, man, I wouldn't be excited about that roster. And, again, like, if the Hawks beat the Knicks, they more than likely get served up to Boston. Boston's going to run through them. If Detroit loses to Orlando, this is the easiest road for the Boston Celtics to make it to the NBA Finals. Just hands down. They're a dominating team, and it would be the easiest way for them to get to the NBA Finals. Like I said, guys, a little bit of a short show today, so now we're just going to jump right into it. It's time for Just a Tip.
I just want to put the tip in.
It's time for
Just a Tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Just the Tip is brought to you by our friends over at www.myhappynuts.com. Guys, go over to www.myhappynuts.com right now. It's rocket science for where the sun don't shine. Real defense against odor, chafing, and sweat. Take care of yourself the best way you possibly can, and that's with the Comfort Cream. It's starting to get hot. It's getting muggy out there. You don't want your boys sticking to your legs or anything of that nature. So go to www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and make sure you save on all of your male grooming needs. Tommy, I kept that one a little PG just for you because I know I hit that part of the show early for you, and I didn't want to. I didn't want the kids to hear that part of the show, so I kept it PG just for you, Tommy. Shows how much I got nothing but love and respect for you, my guy. Oh man, I could only imagine too, like him just reaching for the volume control in the car as he's driving. Like, my God, I totally forgot. I even stalled a little bit. I gave you a little bit like, hey, this is going to happen. We're building up to it. Normally that happens at 8:30, but we're doing a short show today. So we had to get it done and out of the way right now. All right, so that's enough of the NBA playoffs. Obviously, we got some games that are going to be happening today. The Celtics and the 76ers, the Hawks and the Knicks, and then the San Antonio Spurs and the Portland Trailblazers at Frostbank Arena in San Antonio, Texas. That's going to be the late game for today's game. For today's games. Tommy's saying, I appreciate it, bro. Hey, I appreciate you too, my dude. I'm trying to be better. Look how Augustine's not here. Strilla's not here, not egging me on to be a deplorable human being. I'm actually halfway decent. Look at me. Okay, so I saw something yesterday that really made me think. And it's this whole thing that's like, oh my goodness, did you know that whenever the Rams called Ty Simpson, it was all part of this elaborate scheme to make it seem as if, Sean McVey wasn't excited, but Sean McVey was really excited. And now all of a sudden, the LA Rams are playing 3D chess. McVey is out here playing 3D chess, acting like, oh no, it's not that I wasn't excited that he was going to be a part of my team. It's that I already knew he was going to be a part of my team. Completely contradicting Sean McVay's press conference where he was like, oh, look, guys, it was a long day. I just wasn't in a great mood. So maybe I came off a little more grumpy than I wanted to. I'm not buying it, man. Like it's so far-fetched. You can sit there and be like, look, Stafford's my guy. I don't want Stafford to feel like we're trying to replace him, but we also need to prepare for the future. Just come out and say that. Simpson is not going to start this year, barring some sort of major catastrophe to Matt Stafford. We just wanted to make sure we have a quarterback for the next go around to keep this team together for the future. Everyone's out here saying, oh, the Rams should have got a wide receiver because you don't know what's going to happen with Puka Nacua. You got Devontae Adams. Go out there and get a wide receiver. I like them getting a quarterback. I don't like this bullshit that they're doing, trying to pretend that it's like, oh, no, it wasn't that bad. Tommy's saying, LOL, he wasn't excited. They need to stop the cap, man. Oh, 100%. Whenever your guy is on the phone that you drafted in the first round, and you can tell that Ty Simpson was extremely excited, but whenever he is on the phone and you call him up and he's like, Coach, let's go make history. And the coach is on the other line of the phone. He's like, yeah, no, I'll see you at practice. You cannot come out and defend that and be like, oh, no. The reason why McVay wasn't happy in that moment is because he already knew. The excitement had been taken away. It's like opening a gift on Christmas, but you know what your gift is. Flashback to my childhood because I was the one that had to wrap everybody's gifts. You know how shitty it is when you wrap a gift and your mom gives you a name tag and it's got your name on it, but you can't open it until Christmas Day? Maybe I just had a mental breakthrough right there. Jeez. Therapy. Once again, this show turning into therapy for me. But if you're Sean McVey or the LA Rams, you just cannot go this route. We already had meetings. They were covert meetings, though. You don't know about this. Look, all of our meetings are going to be covert. You cannot do this nonsense if you're the LA Rams. Be better. Your fan base deserves better. Nobody would judge you if you just come out and say, we're preparing for the future. Matt Stafford is our quarterback now, and however long Matt Stafford wants to play. If you can get 2 more years out of Stafford, and Ty Simpson sits on the bench and watches one of the greatest of all time do it and learns, nobody is going to fault you for saying, we wanted to get our quarterback of the future now, get him into the building so he can learn, and then whenever it's time for him to take over, it won't be so shocking for him. Nobody would fault you for that. Instead, you're coming out here just talking a bunch of bullshit. Be better, LA Rams. Be better. Tommy's saying not only was he not excited, he was mad. No shit. I have never seen somebody like you see all the videos whenever you have a like NFL draft, right? Who was it, like Deuce Vaughn, whenever he gets drafted by his dad, like all the emotions that happen there. The team is excited. The team's like cheering and they're doing their thing. And they're like, hell yeah, let's do this. This is our guy. I'm excited that this is our guy. I can't wait, blah, 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 blah. I get it because I am also a very stoic type of person. Good things happen to me. I normally keep a straight face. Got to keep that military bearing that was drilled into me while I was in the military, right? But McVey did not look like he was happy. He did not look stoic. He looked like he was seething. Like, I can't believe we're drafting this guy. You got a quarterback of the future. And it's okay to be like, look, the GM, the front office, and the coach weren't on the same page. The GM said, this is who we want to get. The coach said, I don't know. But the GM said, let's flip and see who's got bigger rank here. And the GM decided to pull the trigger on it. It's okay to say that. You don't have to hide behind all this other nonsense. I don't know. I am baffled by the LA Rams right now. It's so ridiculous. I also love it because it feels like they're unraveling at the seams. They're still going to be one of the best teams in the NFL. I said it last year. I thought they were the best team in the NFL. Granted, they didn't win the Super Bowl, but I still think that they were the best team in the NFL. Tommy's saying Ruben Bain was right there. Of course, I don't understand how Ruben Bain fell to 15. Like, he was there for Dallas. Obviously, Dallas, Caleb Downs, that's who you go get. But, like, all the teams that passed up on Ruben Bain is wild to me. We'll figure it out. I wanted to put up a video. I just wasn't able to get it. But I will cut this up for social media, and I'll put it out there for you. The San Diego Padres, and I do have to, I guess, let people know I work for the El Paso Chihuahuas, who is a AAA affiliate of the San Diego Padres. The San Diego Padres have a pitcher on their team named Mason Miller, who has had a scoreless streak as a pitcher, as a closer, to be like, look, this dude ain't putting guys on base. It's been an amazing streak to watch. And you know, as a fan of any sport, every streak comes to an end. However, whenever that streak comes to the end because of bad umpiring, because of bad refereeing, because of whatever, like something that's not necessarily because of the player or because of the team, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, yesterday Mason Miller throws a pitch, it gets popped up, it bounces on the infield, and then rolls foul. It is on the foul end of the foul line. The umpire is about as far as me from this screen right? Me from this camera right here. You can see my hand right there on the camera, not far away. Sees that the ball, the baseball, is on the opposite end of the foul line. It's in foul territory. The third baseman, Ty France, picks it up, and the umpire says it's a fair ball. That gets a runner, a couple of runners on base, and then the scoreless streak comes to an end because of a bad call. And I know on the opposite end of it, it sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth because I am the guy that says one bad call doesn't ruin everything. It's not the end of the game. It's not this. It's not that. It's whatever, right? But Mason Miller getting screwed out of his scoreless inning streak because an umpire called a foul ball fair, to me, just doesn't sit right. But again, it's a human element of the game, right? Like, we're not ever going to have robo-umps. But now we've given people that want the robots to rise, we've given them something more to talk about, a little more to put out there and be like, hey, now let's get, robo foul line calls and stuff like that. Like, now that it's close, the human element here might have messed it all up. And we're already getting that, right? Like, you have the ABS system, the automated balls and strikes. You have now what we're going to be trying out in AAA baseball, the automated check swing system, the ACS, where it shows you what a check swing is. You get to challenge whether an umpire said you swung or not. You're starting to see the replacement of the umpire, because it's not going to be hard to put a sensor in a bag, on first base to see whether the first baseman caught it or the runner beat it out. Like, it's not going to be hard. Like, that technology is going to be out there very soon. And to me, like, the umpire, you're standing right in front of it. You have to get that right. You have to get that right. Now, if you were like down the line and you weren't following the ball as it was slowly, again, very slowly, I'll put the video here so y'all can see it. It was hit, pops up in the air, bounces on the infield, and very slowly rolls foul, which gave the umpire enough time to walk over to it and, again, stand from me to this camera and make the wrong call. Utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. And again, like, yes, Mason Miller should have done his job, gotten dudes out, done what he should have done. But again, it sucks that you have that as a part of a controversy of what could have been a pretty awesome streak to begin the season. It was a thing on ESPN. Yahoo Sports was sending a bunch of stuff about it. Mason Miller's scoreless inning streak was a thing. Comes to an end because of a controversial call. Yes, he could have got more guys out, but it coming to an end because of a controversial call. And again, you're dealing with athletes that are thinking, that are constantly thinking. That's going to be in your head, right? The ump makes the wrong call. Everyone's sitting there arguing it. You as the pitcher, the ump made the wrong call. Now you are out of your mental space of where you need to be your most effective. And I know what the argument against that is going to be. It's going to be Tip. They should be mentally stronger. I am with you. I agree. Whenever you see players make mental mistakes, it bothers you. It bothers me too. But you also cannot fault them whenever it feels like they were just wronged. And you see it unravel in real time. Ugh. Sucks. It really did suck. I was hoping that this streak could last, at least through the rest of April. It ended yesterday. Not a big deal. It'll go down in the history books as one of the longest scoreless inning streaks to start a season. But man, just the fact that it came to end that way. C'est la vie. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I told you it was going to be a short show. I got to leave here in about 20 seconds. I got to start getting out the door so that I can head out to work. I love and appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a full show tomorrow. So we'll see you then. Everybody have a great day. Enjoy your Tuesday. Go Spurs, go.